Shabbat shalom, y'all. Ah, there's our immediate past president, recently returned from parts afar. Welcome home. I'm going to usurp Gary's role for 1 minute here and just remind us that we are always very conscious of our safety and security here at Temple Beth Israel. If we're outside tonight, so we don't need to really talk about which doors to use, although if there is an occasion to gather somewhere else, our practice is to gather in the back corner of the parking lot. And of course, if you have any concerns during the evening, please just let one of our folks know, either Leah or Gary, or there are members of her security committee here. What are we pointing at up there? Huh? Oh. So it's our first outdoor service of the year. So, and we also had a family service. So we're just we're a little behind in getting things together technically. I'm going to just mention for those of you who are online, due to the nature of the technology we're presently using, you will notice that there is a little lag in the audio and video sync. We are trying to make that go away, but I couldn't do it fully today, so it's still a little out of sync. So when my lips may be moving and or my lips may stop moving and my voice may keep going, or vice versa, whatever. So Shabbat Shalom. I know most of you know who I am. I'm Cantor Paul Bush. I'm honored to serve here for 22 years with Rabbi Jonathan Kupitz. I just returned from Camp Newman, 2 weeks at Camp Newman. Rabbi Kupitz is currently at Camp Newman near Santa Rosa, celebrating Shabbat with a few hundred campers, some of whom at least are children of our community, and I know he would want me to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. So we welcome members of our shul band. Our whole band is not here this evening, but many, if not most of them are. So we're going to do kind of like mostly a shul band service. And we'll start off with something you may be familiar with. It's called Rom Nigun. Yada die 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 die. Yada die 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 die. La da die 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 die. Yai die 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 die. La da die 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 die. La da die 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 die. La da 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 da, yai da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da da da, yai da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da da da, ya da da da, yai da. Yeah. So Shabbat Shalom once again. It's so lovely to be out here. Look forward to this every year. The sun just around 7:30 this first Shabbat of July that we are out here. Just kind of dips below the our education building, and we're and feel the cool breezes, the blustery winds that blows the music all over the place. Hopefully, have now subsided, and we can move forward. We're going to begin with the lighting or the kindling of our electronic Shabbat lights. We've tried many years to try and keep the flames burning, but we've opted for electronic means. So if you turn to page 2 and 3 in your Sidurim. And I'm going to invite Renee. Are you available to give us a hand here, please? Oh, you got it? I invite those who are able to please rise. As I mentioned, we are in page 2 in the Sidur. Before we say our Shabbat blessing, let's read together on page 3. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. And the first thing I'm going to ask Renee to do is kindle the center candle. That's a candle that we've been using since not long after October 7th, just to remind us to hold in our hearts all those who are unable to celebrate Shabbat with their families, whether held hostages or they are casualties of the tragic events of really 22 months ago. It seems unbelievable, but so let's join together in our Shabbat blessings. We'll make 3 circles, one for ourselves, one for our families and friends, and one for all the people in the world. And we'll sing one together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Thanks so much. Thank you, Renee. You may be seated. So as we do each week, we just take a brief moment before moving forward with our service to take a review of the week. Just kind of look back on those from Saturday night until, just a few moments ago. Our triumphs, our challenges, and all the ways that our lives touched another. It's a tradition within Judaism to, prior to moving into the Shabbat service, to do 6 psalms, one of each for the 6 days of the week, and we mimic that practice with just a brief moment of reflection. We turn now to page 20 and 21 in our Siddur as we Welcome the Shabbat bride with the words of Lecha Dodi. We'll use the first, second, fifth, and last paragraph. And when we get to the last paragraph, I'll give you a nod, and you can, if you're able, rise and symbolically greet the bride. That would be wonderful. Lecha Dodi. Your turn. Lecha Dodi. Likrat Kala. Likrat Kala. Penei Shabbat. Lecha Dodi. Likrat Kala. Penei Shabbat. Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Nikabela. Shamo b'zachor b'dibur echad, Ichmianu el ham yechad, Adonai echad, Ushmo echad, L'shemu tiferet v'litchila, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Nikabela. Likrat Shabbat, Lekuven Elcha, Imekor, Abracha, Merosh Mikadem, Kesucha, Tuma'aseh b'makshevat Chila, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Nikabela. Hitoreri, Kivarech, Kumi Ori, Uri, Uri, Shedaberi, Kivaradonai Alayich Nigla, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Nikabela. Dodi Likrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabela. Rise if you are able and face the parking lot. Bohi v'shalom Atar bala Gam b'simcha Uv'tzola Toch hamunei Am skula Bohi kala Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekabela. You may be seated. That's not what just happened, but there have been a couple of occasions when I've swallowed an insect in the middle of Lecha Dodi. Chadodi. That's not what happened. I just got a little, got a little frog in my throat. Ribbit. Let's all take a deep breath after that. Chatzi Kaddish. Page 26. Yitkadal ve'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah Ve'almad yivrak Yerutei ve'amlik Malchutei B'chai yechon U'vyom echon U'chayei dechol Beid Yisrael Bagala, Uvizman Kariv, Veimeru, Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Nevarach, Le'alam Ul'almei Almaya, Yitbarach, Ve'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei dekudesha b'richu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Amiran be'alma Veimeru Amen. We rise if you are able for Baruch Hu, page 28. Oh, am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Do you understand Oh, am I awake? Am I prepared? Yada die die die, 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 yada die die die. Baruchu et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Le'olam va'ed. Le'olam va'ed. Yada dai dai dai, 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 yada dai dai dai. May be seated. Last few lines on page 28. I'm sorry, page 30. El Chai v'Kayam Taminim L'Chaleinu L'Olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Amariv Aravim. Let's read together on page 32 in the English. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love for us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Last four lines. In the Hebrew, Ve'ahavatecha atasir mimenu leolamim Baruch atah Adonai Oivamo Yisrael. We turned to Shema Yisrael on pages 34 and 35. If it is your custom to rise, you may do so. Actually, let's do it in C. As I mentioned, we didn't have a lot of setup time. Lie da die da da die 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 die. Lie da die da da die die. Lie da die da da die 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 die. Lie da die da da die die. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Adonai. Lai Adonai, 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 Adonai. Lai Adonai, Adonai, Adonai. Lai Adonai, Adonai, Adonai. Lai Adonai, Adonai, Adonai. Baruch Shem, Baruch Shem Kavod, Shem kavod malchuto leolam leolam va'ed. Baruch Shem kavod malchuto leolam leolam va'ed. Yadadai Lai-da-dai, yadadadai, yadadadai, Lai-da-dai, yadadadai, Lai-da-dai, yadadadai, Lai-da-dai, yadadadai. You shall love with all of your heart, with all your soul, and with all of your might. You shall teach your children to learn, to love and to do what is right. La la die, die die da die da da die, die 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 die, da die da da die die, lie da die da da die, die 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 die, lie da die da da die die. Page 37 in the English together. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. We continue with the words of Micha Mocha, reminding us of that, the birth pangs of the Jewish people as we cross from slavery to freedom, from Egypt to the unknown, whatever lied on the other side of that sea. In a little while, we'll talk about this week's Torah portion, which includes one of the memorable events of that journey in the desert, that journey in the wilderness, the story of Balak and Balaam, and yes, the talking ass. I know you all look forward to hearing about that every year. So let's remember what led to that with the words of Micha Mocha on page 40. Adonai, the Lord. Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miyad chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael. We ask God to spread a Sukkot Shlomecha, a sheltering, peaceful presence over us as we sleep, over us and over all humankind, with the words of Hashkivenu, page 42. Sorry. You need a page turner? Is there a good volume on this? Sure. Give it a little. All right. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Hamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Hamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Ufroz aleinu sukkot shomecha, ushmot tzedenu uvoenu. Ufroz aleinu sukkot shlomecha, ushmot tzedenu uvoenu. Join me. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Hamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukkot shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Amen. We give thanks for the gift of Shabbat with words of Vishamru on page 44. Nirin b'nei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam, oti leolam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, Nasud et HaShabbat, L'todotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat nasud et hashabat l'todotam berit olam. U'biyom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. B'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, Nasud et HaShabbat, L'todotam berit olam. As we prepare to enter into our Amidah, we're going to start with the words on page 46. Adonai Svatai Tiftach. Oh God, open my lips. We'll kind of get it going and invite, as you are so moved, to, if you are able to rise and join us on pages 48 and 50 and 52. Ananananana Adonai. Ananananana Svatai Tiftach. Ananananana Ufiagit Tehilatecha. Ananananana Adonai. Ananananana Svatai Tiftach. Ananananana Ufiagit. Fiagit Ilatecha. Ananananana Adonai. Ananananana Svatai Tiftach. Ananananana Fiagit. Fiagit Ilatecha. Ananananana Adonai. na 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 zay tiftach. Na 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 ufi agid tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Koneh Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevi Geula Livnei Bneihem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Hozer Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai Mechayei hakol atah Rav lehoshia Morid hatal Mechalkel chaim bechesed Mechayei hakol ber Rachamim Rabim, so mech nofli rerofech olim, umatir asurim, umkayem emunato lishenei afar, micha mocha baal gevurot, umido melach. Melech memid umchayeh umatzmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman ata lehachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Please take a moment for your own private reflection. When you have completed or when you are comfortable, you may feel free to be seated. Bottom of page 62. Oh, say shalom bimroma. Oh, yeah, said shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ve'imru. Amen. Yalalalalalala, 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 lalalalalala, yalalalalalala, lalalalalala, yalalalalalala. Oh, say shalom bimroma. Oh, yeah, said shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru. Amen. Ve'imru. So as I mentioned, this week we are reading from the book of Numbers, Parashat Balak. Anybody know who Balak was? Who was he? Speak up if you know. He was the all-seeing eye of the Moabite peoples. He was some say a sorcerer or a priest or prophet. It had prophetic talents. He was someone who kind of freelanced around the region, so to speak. And Balak and Bilaam, right? Balak was the Moabite king. Bilaam was the seer. When you got a lot of, as a bee myself, I get, a little confused when we have all of the B words in the Bible. But wanted to share with you some words of one of my colleagues, Cantor Jamie Marks, that his take on this particular parsha. I try to keep calm, take deep breaths, forgive and forget, blah, blah, blah. But one morning, my well of patience was empty. I saw such an egregious error of judgment and offensive display of moral turpitude that I started yelling, "Why are you driving so slow? Look at the sign!" I was late for work, and this schlemiel, this buffoon, this absolute clown, could not even drive the speed limit. Self-righteousness is like eating too much of your favorite cake. It tastes great in the moment, but leaves you feeling worse afterwards. The high is followed by a crash and an empty plate of regret. In this week's portion, this lesson is delivered under the auspices of an angel and a donkey. Balak, the Moabite king, has a problem. The Israelites are encamped nearby, and he's nervous about enemies on his doorstep. He's got an army, but to secure his advantage, he calls in a specialist. The star of this week's portion, Balaam the sorcerer. Balak needs an edge, so he asks Balaam to curse the Israelites. The king says, quote, "Elders versed in divination to request Balaam and Balaam's aid. These experts' very presence underscores the seriousness of the Israelite threat. Balak's message to Balaam reads in part, quote, "For I know that he whom you bless is blessed indeed, and he whom you curse is cursed." Who can say no to flattery like that? Apparently, Balaam can. Quote, "I shall reply to you as the Eternal may instruct me," he informs the dignitaries. The Torah doesn't explain why he defers to God, but he's one in a long line of non-Israelite biblical characters who acknowledges God's sovereignty. The following morning, Balaam tells the messengers that God, quote, will not let me go with you. And they, in turn, deliver the bad news to Balak. In desperation, Balak sends a second group of messengers to Balaam, quote, more numerous and distinguished than the first. This time, God permits Balaam to go with them, with the caveat that he can only say what God tells him to say. In a strange reversal, the next verse notes that God, quote, was incensed at Balaam's going. Since the text offers no explanation for God's change of heart, commentators have assumed that Balaam was secretly planning to subvert God's will and curse the Israelites after all. Regardless, God no longer supports the venture and places obstacles in Balaam's path, an invisible sword-wielding angel. Balaam is riding his donkey through the wine country, oblivious to the danger ahead. The donkey, though, sees the angel and swerves off the path. Enraged, Balaam beats the donkey to get her back into the road. Instead, she takes him down a narrow lane, fenced in on both sides. The angel blocks their progress again. This time, the donkey tries to squeeze past, but only succeeds in smashing Balaam's foot against the fence, resulting in a second beating. The angel blocks the path again, so the donkey gives up, lays down, and calls it a day. Beating number 3 ensues. You can understand Balaam's frustration. All he knows is that his donkey refuses to obey him. He doesn't see the angel, so his donkey's behavior is both baffling and frustrating. In a Disney-esque twist, the donkey rebukes Balaam. Quote, "What have I done to you that you have beaten me these 3 times?" the donkey asks. "Have I been in the habit of doing this to you?" We do the same thing to strangers, coworkers, friends. We jump to conclusions, assume the worst, and let anger get the better of us. How often do we let ourselves fill with righteous indignation, assured of our own inerrant ways, and furious at others' mistakes? We don't even take a moment to consider what is driving the behavior. We just see the results. What if we assume that everyone is always doing the best they can? Even when it's not great, it might be the best they can do at the time. What if we told a kinder story about the people who wrong us, one to make even the most furious ogre feel sympathetic? If someone cuts you off, maybe you were in their blind spot. When a coworker forgets to do something, perhaps they've been worried about a sick relative or stressed out by the news. When your kid misbehaves, think back to your own childhood and wonder if you would have made the same choice. We know that rage begets rage. Yelling at others makes them more likely to yell back at us and at their own family and friends. We also know that stress eats away at our health. Every spike of adrenaline and cortisol chips away at our body's ability to work as they are meant to. Spreading misery around can be gratifying in the moment, but all it really does is make the world a harsher, less pleasant place. Reframing the moments that make us angry may not make a difference to the people who we feel have wronged us. The woman in the car ahead of you or the guy in line at the coffee shop may never hear the raging monologue in your head or appreciate the effort you made to take a breath, cool down, and offer a little grace. But I promise it will make a difference to you. From Cantor Jamie Marks. Shabbat Shalom. We take a moment now to turn our hearts to those who are in need of healing. I will share the names on our congregational list, and then sort of come through the community. And please feel free to offer name of anyone for whom you are praying for a refuah shlema, a complete recovery. If you want to follow along in the Siddur, in the traditional prayer that we use, it's on page 253. O Holy One, who blessed our mothers, blessed our fathers from ancient days, bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their names. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yemaleh Rachamim Aleichem Lehachzikam Ulrape Otam Velishach Lahem Refuah Shlema Refuat HaNefesh, Refuat HaGuf, B'tok Sha'ar Cholei Yisrael. Oh, bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their names. We ask for prayers of healing for Hannah Fields Austin, Sue Tobeck, Rosalind Lefkowitz, Helen Weinfeld, Pam Poliakoff, Kathy Blumenfeld, Caitlin Antrim, Brad Holland, Serena Postal, Robert Strober, Charity Rezada, Gloria Foster, Robert Gerard, Adele Harris, Brenda Fong Gerard, Jan Marcus, Al Shapiro, Robert Waldman, Udi Gratz DeLong, Deborah DeLong, James Stead, Faden Birdstein, Sandra Dizengoff, Karen Nelson, Larry Gassner, Marsha Lloyd, Fred Rosenblum, Sharon Everett, Mark Kramer, Stacy Martin, Anthony Juarez, Ellen Sopkin, Tim Nelson, Susan Smalls, Natalie Cruz, Joanne Cohen, Thad Nagy, Evan Olson, Keaton Height, Michael Gerard, Chastity Smith, Jessica Kubel, Audrey Neller, Jocelyn Tucson, Maren Snyders. It's only one page today. Baruch Hashem. And Margie Waldbillig, Mary Ellen DeMarco, and Howard Bush. Cantor Jonathan Grant. Hakadosh Baruch Hu Yemalei Rachamim Aleichem. Oh, bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their names. I'd like to invite our immediate past president, Gary Gilbert. He relishes that new title, I am sure, to share a couple announcements. Gary.
Shabbat Shalom. Yes, I know. First, a few words of thanks. Thanks to Cantor Bush for being not only our chazan, but also our teacher for this evening. And I think, given the Devar Torah that you delivered tonight, I think this is the only time of the year when I can say, with great respect, that that was a truly asinine Devar Torah. So thank you for that. There you go. See what you get when you get jet lag. Yeah. Thanks also to the Shul Band for your wonderful musical accompaniment. Thanks to Marcus Gretz-Delang, who handled our technology this evening. Thank you very much. Thank you to our fellow congregants who donated items for our onegs, particularly the Gershman family and friends. Thank you to our greeters, to Kylie Sykes, to Esther Vogel, Vicki Hollander, and Judy Rose. After services tonight, we gather in the social hall, right? Is it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we do gather in the social hall for Kiddush, Motzi, and refreshments, and look forward to greeting you there. We have many things going on in our congregation, even though it is summer and things tend to slow down a little bit. But the one thing that I would like to, and so please do read your weekly Tekiah, the Kehillah that comes out every month, to visit our website for information about upcoming programs. Just two very quick reminders for everyone. First, if you have not already submitted your pledge form, now that I am the Vice President for Finance again, this is something near and dear to my heart. If you have not submitted your pledge form for 25-26, please do so. That will be very important to help us with our planning for the coming year. And secondly and finally, at the end of services, if you would please stack the chairs in stacks of 8. And there might be a few of you here who could assist with bringing the chairs back into the social hall. That will be very much appreciated. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much, Gary, and Baruch haba. Welcome back. So the only thing I want to mention is that the Shul Band, as I mentioned, we don't have all of our regulars here, but we have most of them. And some of us have been together doing this this is now, we celebrated our 20th year, entering now into our 21st year. So I want to just say a toda rabbah to all of these guys who show up once a month, who make beautiful music on very little warm-up or rehearsal time, especially on a night like tonight. And I so appreciate the consistency of their excellence. Steve Rausch on clarinet here, Al Shapiro on sax. We got Jeff Klein in the back on percussion, and Reed Gratz on keyboards. And my appreciation is boundless to all of you. We're going to move to the conclusion of our service with Aleinu L'Shabeach. So it's on page 282, the bottom paragraph. Al wanted me to just acknowledge if anyone had a July birthday and they might be expecting a birthday pencil, if not a birthday blessing. Huh? Renee? I didn't bring out the pencils, but hey, come on down. Come on down. Renee Wind, come on down. Renee Marcus, I should say. Remember, I've been here 23 years. Oh, look it! There's a whole mishpach, a whole gathering. Anybody got it? We don't have the big talit out here. How about if we all hold out our hands in a virtual Sukkot Shlomecha here? Thank you, Al. Here we go together. Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. I offer you the blessing of our tradition. Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. May the Holy One bless you and sustain you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the Holy One turn the holy face towards you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha Shalom. May the holy face be turned toward you, and may it present to you the most precious of gifts, the gift of wholeness, the gift of completeness, the gift of shalem and shalom, the blessing of peace. And we say together, and another year, exactly. Amen. You will get your birthday pencils at the Yone. Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. As I mentioned, 282 is Aleinu L'Shabeach. If you are able to rise, I invite you to do so. Aleinu L'Shabeach Ladon HaKol, Latet Gedula Leotzer Reishi. שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגורלנו ככל המונם ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. 287. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני Please be seated. So every week at the as we move to the conclusion of our service, we take a time for memory, a time for remembrance, and a time to honor those in our communities, in our families, and in our hearts who have passed in recent days or this season in years past, or in this particular case, when we are able to dedicate a memorial plaque on our wall in the sanctuary to a certain individual. And tonight, though we're not in the sanctuary, we are honoring the memory of Brenda Gershman by dedicating her plaque, which we've been able to place next to her beloved husband of blessed memory, Alan. And I've invited her son Ken to just share a brief remembrance of his mom. So please join us up here, Kenny.
Not that tall. Shabbat shalom. My family and I and my sister and my parents, we all, well, that'd be my family, I guess. We moved to California from New York in 1977 and immediately became members of TBI. My sister and I were both bar and bat mitzvah here. My sister is married here. So looking around and being back, so many great memories. I just saw Renee, very familiar face. Obviously the Hunter family, Courtney and Dina and Yvonne. And over the years, since 1977, gosh, hundreds of friends from Hebrew school, Sunday school, Friday night services. So very special place, obviously, for us, but most importantly for my mom and dad. Dozens of bar and bat mitzvahs for them, obviously weddings and so many holidays and happy times here. So she's still here with us, and my dad as well, and now they're on the wall together. So I just wanted to thank our friends for being here. And we know that they're both still with us, and we really think of them every single day. And again, thank you for Temple Beth Israel for being in our lives, because it's been very meaningful for, how many years is that now? A long time. Shabbat shalom.
So along with honoring Brenda's memory, we also mentioned the recent passings of Harris Yulin, cousin of Kylie Sykes, Andy Walensevich, a very close family member of the Blitz family, and Rita Gordon, aunt of Linda Feynman. We also note the yurtzites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Saul Altman, Murray Avedon, Donna Bauer-Babcock, Sheila Bashansky, Samuel Borer, Shirley Feldman, Ron Fink, Mildred Goldstein, Morris Richard Green, Zella Greenfield, Abraham Sender Grossvert, Claire Gutmann, Marilyn Hendricks, Harry Hoffman Sr., Alana Howard, Ruth Koch, Jose Miguel Lerner, Irving Levine, William Marks, Bill Meyer, Julius Mel Reich, Melvin Schweitzer, Sid Shano, Marta Silton Friedberg, Robert Sussman, Elsie Waldman, and Pearl Wiener. If you are remembering somebody or have a name to add to that list, please rise and say the name. Lisa. In the back, Al. Sidell. Okay. If you're in a time of mourning or observing a yurtzeit, I invite you to rise. And if it is your custom to rise in love and support of those who mourn, please do so as well, as we read Kaddish together on page 298. Sorry, 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah. Be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. B'galav v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach la'olam ul'olmei al-maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel and all humankind, to which we say, amen. We're going to close on page 321. It is our custom, if you're comfortable, to connect with your neighbors in the community here. I want to give a special shout out to Leah Laird, our administrator, for the tremendous work it takes to get this outdoor service set up and ready for you all. You may have received or at least seen in the Tekiah, due to some unforeseen circumstances, which hopefully are just temporary. Some of our regular staff members are not available to help out, which is why it's so important that those who are able help stack the chairs. And I also want to give a special shout out to Marcus, Joachim Marcus Gratz de Lang, our video wizard, who, along with little help from me, got all of this equipment out here and working for the first time in a year. And hopefully those of you who are watching us online are able to appreciate the beauty of tonight's service in this just lovely atmosphere here on our great lawn. And again, I apologize if my mouth is moving and you're hearing it a couple seconds, or you're hearing it before my mouth moves, but we're working on it. If anybody's got any genius ideas how we could fix that, let me know. All right, we're going to close 321, bottom paragraph, with Beyado. Beyado av kiduchi, ve'eni shan ve'a'ira, ve'imruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira, ve'imruchi geviati, my soul I give to you, my spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Safely in your hand. Beyado. Beyado av kiduchi, ve'eni shan ve'a'ira, ve'imruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira, ve'imruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for joining us online. Please join us in the social hall for Kiddush and Motzi. And see you next week at 7 p.m. for Shabbat together, and 2 weeks again from tonight. 2 weeks from tonight for another beautiful Shabbat Tachat Hashemayim. Take care. Shabbat Shalom.